The most expensive vegetable at the court of Versailles wasn't a truffle. It wasn't an exotic spice from the Far East. It was a cauliflower. King Louis XIV, the most powerful man in Europe, was so obsessed with it that his chefs served it at nearly every royal banquet. Roasted, braised, gilded in sauce. But here's the thing. While the Sun King was decorating his palace with it, cooks on the other side of the Mediterranean had already discovered something far more exciting. So what does fire actually do to a cauliflower? Somewhere in the Levant, the stretch of coast that runs through modern Lebanon, Syria and Palestine, someone dropped cauliflower into hot oil, and everything changed. The smell hit first. Nutty, rich, something almost caramel underneath. Then the sound, that hard crack when you bite through, dense and soft inside. Served with tahini, eaten in the street. Poor man's food, brilliant food. But the secret to that golden crunch wasn't just the fire. So what were the royal chefs at Versailles missing? Cauliflower is one of the strangest vegetables on earth. It's not a root, not a leaf, not a fruit. What you eat is actually the flower, caught right before it gets the chance to bloom. Ancient farmers on the eastern shores of the Mediterranean spotted a wild cabbage doing something odd. Instead of opening up, it curled inward and turned pale, forming this dense, knobbly white head. They found that interesting, so they kept planting the ones that did it best, season after season, generation after generation, until the cauliflower we know today was the result. The island of Cyprus became so associated with this work that when the vegetable reached France, they simply call it chou de Chypre, the Cyprus cabbage. From Cyprus, Arab traders and botanists carried it across the medieval world. It traveled through North Africa into Spain, it crossed into Italy and then into France, where it entered a world that was ready to worship it. Catherine de' Medici, the Florentine queen who arrived in France in 1533, is often credited with introducing cauliflower to French royal kitchens. Whether or not that story is entirely true, one thing is certain. By the time Louis XIV came to power, cauliflower had become a symbol of prestige. The Sun King demanded it at Versailles. His chefs competed to prepare it in ever more elaborate ways. But here's the weird part. Despite all this royal fame, the French were actually cooking it completely wrong. Boiled, drowned in cream, buried on the sauce. Soft, pale and silent. The opposite of everything the Levant had already figured out. The most powerful kitchen in the world had taken one of the great discoveries in food history and made it boring. Meanwhile, cooks in Lebanon, Syria and Palestine had known for centuries what high heat actually does to the cauliflower. It transforms it. The outside crisps and browns, the inside turns dense and almost meaty. Served with tahini, eaten straight from the pan, this was not palace food. This was the kind of food that spreads because it's impossible to forget. A flower no one expected to matter, carried by traders, claimed by kings, perfected in the streets. Follow the history, not just the recipe. More dishes are waiting.